Hello, people of Townsville. How are you today? That's good. Glad to hear it. Great. So, last time you were here, I promised you more Warframe, I promised you more weapons, and I promised you mods. So, check this stuff out. We're here on Cetus in nature. We loving it. Can I get a hell yeah? Anyway, so you may know this place by now. One would hope so. We've been playing this game for at least 12 minutes or so. Um, so this place, the place with the most durable carpets in the goddamn world, has this man named Kanzu and his very pretty elderly girlfriend. I don't know your name anymore. I'm here for work. Anyway, this lovely couple is going to give you a quest. They give you a quest early in the game. And you like collect these glass shards with codec scanners and the whole works. And that's cool and stuff, right? And I feel so inclined to tell you people this right now. Because I've played this game for like 8 years or more and didn't know this. Because after that quest, they're like, you should stop at the shrine. And that's cool. That is all good and love and hair grease and stuff like that, but I didn't know that this shrine existed. And this is how you get Kome, which is a Warframe. So, um, really early on in the game, you can just play this a little bit. It's, if I remember the mission correctly, you basically just keep enemies out of a circle for an extended period of time. And if you do that, a fresh rotisserie chicken appears on a oval plate of food. It might be a rectangle. And you just give that food to this very shrine. And you kill the big guy. And then you get like fate pearls, right? So when you get enough of them, you come here and you Ome. Now, you actually get these from just doing the mission too, so you actually don't need to buy all the parts. I learned that the hard way. Um, but yeah, that's like right away a Warframe that you can get, and it's really early in the game. Really don't gotta do much. If you put your game to public, other people will be in there, and you basically can just go grab a beer while they do the game for you. If you're that guy, but don't be that guy. Anyway, and that's cool. There's actually mods for these too. These are called, oh my god, augment mods, thank you. So alternate fire applies random status effects, and combo multiplier reaches 8, heavy attacks apply a random status effect. So apparently this just likes random status effects. Oh, and I think that's because Kome is like a D&D, if I remember correctly. She does a lot of like dice rolling stuff with her abilities. Yeah, yeah, roll triple sixes.
Whether they wake or sleep, the infested demons are there.
Yeah, that's cool. Kome rolls dice like like you're literally playing D&D. She's just like,
But not yet.
yes. There you go. Right there. We got a Warframe. We got 2 weapons. Bam. That'll probably take you like a couple hours. You know, it's not too bad. I'm just overshooting it by saying a couple hours, by the way. I don't really think it would take that long. Those missions took like 7 minutes maybe when we were doing them, 7 minutes each. I want to say 5, but I don't know. I'm OP dog. So, we are on Venus, right? Because this is something that we are going to be able to do early on. We're going to find the assassination. That's Fossa. And I think I said this in the last video. You can get Rhino. You can do this mission somewhere between like 3 to 9 times, and you should have the 3 components by that point. Just to recap, 3 components are the neuroptics, the chassis, and the systems. Then you use those 3 to build this blueprint, the main blueprint. All of these planets have an assassination, right? And these are just the first couple. You just gotta find it. You gotta wait for some guy to start yelling at you. That's basically the secret to this. There we go. Captain Vor. Oh, I can't remember what he gives you to save my life, but I do know that if you... Dude, there's like a Wikipedia for Warframe that has everything. Literally everything. So if you're like, oh, how do I get Ember? It's one of the assassinations, I know that for sure. If you're wondering how to get Loki, that's another assassination. There's like so much information. You can just Google like Ember Warframe and it will tell you, like, it'll be in the acquisition tab. So like the wiki is so cool when it comes to that. But yeah, I always say when you get to each planet, do that assassination, get that Warframe just to have it, you know? And you want to level it up. You want to try to get as many of these Warframes as you can. And you want to level them up to 30, right? As you can see, 30 is the highest that it goes. You can see this one's at 18. You want to get them to 30 because that increases your mastery rank. Why is that important? Because some planets will be locked off until you get high enough. I think that stops at like 5. Some weapons, some mods will be inaccessible to you until you're high enough. And you want to use them. They're fun to use. They're really nice. Right? So that's important. That's why I bring this up. Is you want to like find those assassination missions, do all of them, or as many as you can, and then do it. I'll admit there's like 2 or 3 of them that are like too much work. But most of them are easy. Like almost all of them. Right? Now once you get the 3 components, the neuroptics, the chassis, and the systems, or let's just say Rhino, you're gonna come here. This is your market. And it's not like a player-to-player market. This is separate from that. You could type in Rhino, right? And you can find Rhino, and it says 375 platinum, but you don't have to. You click on them, and you can see the blueprint right here for 35,000. That's not 100. So yeah, you just buy that after all of these are done, and you just throw them all together. Now in terms of like other weapons too, while we're here, so most of these, if you click on it, like the boar for example, I don't know why anybody would buy that, but you can like click this guy and it will very often tell you. So this just says build requirements. If you hover over it, it says mastery rank 7, and then below it it says Tenno Lab. That's in the dojo. We'll go over the dojo in a little bit. But if we keep going through these weapons, like the Ambassador, that's the same thing. The Archiplasma, stop doing this to me. I'm trying to find one that doesn't need that. The Condit, son of a bit, at this motherfucker, at this Serena. Okay, there we go. So, this one, you can just buy the blueprint, and then you can build it. Right? There's a lot of weapons that are like that, so you could just do it. Just do it, and then level them up. Since we're on like the conversation of just leveling it up, if you have like a few weapons that you've already made, you just pull them out and you're just gonna take a day to level up a bunch of weapons, defense missions are cool for that. And you can have people or friends just take you places. So for example, I'm a new player, right? I'm gonna be like, I want to do the defense that's on Jupiter right here. Maybe I'll just be like, into the recruiting tab. Can somebody taxi me to, it was it O's or Oaks, but you get the point. I'm not actually going to send it. And then somebody will do it. Somebody will straight up just take you. It's IO, I'm dumb. Anyway, somebody will just take you there. But the one thing I want to emphasize to you a lot right now is do them on a public lobby. If you are playing with a friend, there's going to be an icon at the top right of your screen. And that icon is going to show people that your teammates are near you. That's all it does. It's called shared affinity. Affinity is just what they call experience. So, if you get a kill, you will get affinity, and there's like bonus affinity. Everybody who is close enough to each other gets that bonus affinity. So if I get a kill, everybody on the team gets experience for it. If you get a kill, everybody on the team gets experience for it, right? But if you're off in the sticks, we don't get the experience for the kills you get, and you don't get the experience for the kills we get, right? So that's kind of why I say I like defense missions, but just try to be mindful of how close you are to your teammates, because you're not leveling up as fast if you're just alone. But that's the basics, really, of like weapons, warframes. A lot of them you'll get from just completing quests. There's oh my god, this is the most important thing to note. There's a bunch of weapons that you will never get again. There's a lot of warframes that you'll never get again. You should hold on to them forever. For example, Chroma. The only reason I don't have Chroma is because I have Chroma Prime. Haha. But you get Chroma from the junctions. You get his components from the junctions, and then the main blueprint, I think, from a quest. And you'll never get those again. You can't get those blueprints back ever. So don't sell them. Don't sell the blueprints, right? That'd be stupid. Like, the Broken War, it is one of the best melee weapons in this game, but as the name implies, it is broken. So most people would think, well, why don't we just get the war? It's not broken. It sucks. Worse, actually. It's so slow. And on paper it's stronger, but it's so slow. So just like really weigh stuff like that. If it comes from a quest, if it comes from a junction, maybe just Google it if you're unsure if you should get rid of a weapon or not. Just be like, hey, how do I get this weapon? And if it's just like you get it from a quest, just keep it. The last thing that we haven't really gotten to yet is modding, which for right now, especially because this is a beginner video, we're gonna go over the basics of what you should do. You know, because I haven't gotten to tell anybody what to do lately. I got a divorce last year, so I'm gonna just tell you what to do. So let's just say my Atmos. I'm gonna click the upgrade button.
Operator, you have remembered well
Right?
how the Tenno arm themselves.
Now, you're gonna be looking at a bunch of mods that aren't upgraded yet. They're gonna be kinda whatever, right? So what we're gonna do is just put on whatever we can. And that might sound silly. But like genuinely, I would suggest putting on almost anything for a little bit. But once it comes to that moment where you're like, okay, I'm ready to make some things happen. What do I do? Right? You want to look at what the weapon's already good at. So like, this weapon has 15% critical chance. That's not great. It has 21% status chance. That's okay. It's decent, right? But if I go over to my dread, I actually have to go in this way for it. You look over to the right, this bow that you get from a quest, 50% critical chance. It's fucking absurd. 20% status chance. Not bad. Not great, not bad. Right? But look. After I'm done modding it, the critical chance is at 202%. There's another mod that makes it higher than that. I don't want to like overstimulate you guys yet. But what I'm saying is, this weapon had good critical chance, so I modded it for critical chance. This weapon has better status chance, so I modded it for status chance. It's as simple as that, right? There's going to be a lot of other things that come into play, like status effects and what damage that does to who and all that. And if you want, you can read into that right now. Again, weighing the overstimulating player base versus being informative, you know. But some of these actually do a purpose, like heat and electricity or damage over time. Some of the status effects make them take more damage or critical, so on and so forth. You know, it's something that you could look into right now, but it's not as important yet because you can't yet focus your build. Or let's say if you want gas damage, you might not even have the mods to do that right now. So don't worry about it right now. Second to last thing, there's two more things. This is your mod segment right here.
Did they anger you in some way?
You can go over here to this little tab, click on duplicates. I would suggest waiting a while, you know, playing a bunch of missions before you do this. Like, heated charge. 62 of these. Confirm. And look, dissolve mods into endo. That's 602 endo. That's not a lot, but that's not bad. It's pretty good. Now, this is what you use to level up these mods. So if you have duplicates, you only need one. You don't need more than one. No matter how many weapons you have, you only need one mod. But yeah, you can just dissolve into endo. Boom, boom. And then go into here, go blam, apply fusion, if I had enough. And yeah, that's how you make stuff a bit stronger. In like future videos, I'll focus more into like setting up more specific mods. Like, you know, more specific builds for weapons and stuff like that. Like, hey, you should use this, this, and that. I've already done one of those videos, and that was kind of lucrative. Just kidding. But I got like 22 views out of it. I appreciate you people. The very last thing when it comes to mods, okay? The universe tab in your codex has a mods section. And it's kind of cool. So they actually show you what the mods do now. So yeah, if you're ever just like, I want critical damage on my primary weapon. Ta-da! And then you go to these guys and be like, I want some critical transient fortitude, whatever, you know, like, and somebody will sell it to you for platinum. Yeah. You gotta buy the platinum to trade, though. Can't trade with free platinum. And again, just a quick recap. You can get warframes from places like Fortuna. You can get them from Cetus. You can get them from assassination missions. You can get them from the circuits. You can get them from quests, the junctions. Yeah. If you ever see a Warframe and you're like, how do I get it? Warframe Marketplace. Same thing with the weapons. All of the places I just mentioned before are the same places you can get weapons. You can actually just straight up buy them. The dojo is another good place. I haven't went over that yet, but if you join a clan, you can actually buy a bunch of weapons and warframes from there too. Yeah, pretty simple. Your mods, you're gonna collect a bunch of them just randomly. Sell your duplicates. Over time, upgrade the mods that you like, and mod to the weapon or warframe strengths. Heck yeah. Well, thank you guys again for coming to my TED Talk, and I will see you in the next one.